Hey guys, welcome back to the campaign. So we made our way northwest up through the tunnel where those voices were coming from, and we come out in a rather large cave here. The first thing we can see is over in that area, there is graffiti all over the walls, crude goblin artwork basically. Across the room, we see a number of goblins. There's a large throne made of animal bones back there. There is a goblin that is probably twice the size of the other goblins, and he wears a crown of bones and feathers. He's much larger, and he wields a black-bladed sword. It glows with a faint silver light. His skin is in dark green, and he has a black gem sunk deep in his eye socket. As I said, there's two goblins there. There's two goblins down here. There's junk scattered all about the room. These goblins down here are kind of using cover. Neither side is surprised in this situation. They knew we were here. We knew that they were here. And the thing that we notice about the Goblin King, and like I said, he's got that big gem sunk. It's like a black gem sunk into his eye socket. It almost makes him perfectly mechanical, almost like a robot, or like he's glitching. When he's standing there, he's doing head jerks and movements, or he'll stare out into space like he's listening to something. He says, "Who are these miserable persons?" Ulrich steps forward and says, "We are here on behalf of Sandpoint. We command you to leave this place and never to return, or die." The Goblin King. Kill them! Goblin King has 2 hit die. I'm gonna roll it. Here we go, right in front of you. 1. He's only got 6 hit points. He's only a little bit tougher than the other little ones. That is awesome. I was waiting for him to have like 16 hit points. All right, let's do initiative. Tie. There is a lot of ties in this series for initiative. Okay, they're gonna take it. As Ulrich is speaking, this goblin here moves out from behind these crates and fires an arrow into his side. Gob needs a 16. Dude, what is you guys, this is completely real. These rolls, this is the first roll, this is the first take, this is unexplainable. That is a critical hit on Ulrich. Please be a 1. 8 damage to Ulrich. The shot pierces through a gap in Ulrich's chainmail. That brings him down to 3 hit points. Holy crap. Man, this goblin down here just sees that Ulrich takes an arrow from his companion over there. He's gonna take a shot now. I mean, he needs a 16. Do not get another 20. Okay, that's a miss. That arrow whizzes over his head, almost hits St. Timothy back there. How brave is this goblin? He'll go after Ulrich on even. Otherwise, he's going after Duke over there. Even Ulrich. He's a brave one. This whole tribe of goblins is tough. So he's going to move up here and attack Ulrich. The 16. He's gonna miss. Goblin over there is going to go attack Duke. These guys have decent hand axes, as the rest of the clan does. Whoa, nice. Okay, speaking of that, I want to thank Toasty Burger. He made the suggestion on a monster crit fail. Well, I guess that doesn't apply here. He doesn't have a weapon, because I was asking what to do with that. He was saying that the PC who's getting attacked gets a free hack. I like that. It's going to speed up combat. So the goblin trips on a rock and his axe goes flying over Duke's head and back into the corner, or back over there behind Duke. He's standing there in front of this wolf, empty-handed. Goblin King sort of waddles down here and over to attack Ulrich. When he does, he opens his mouth and it's just like a gaping maw with this gigantic deep throat. Looks like he could bite your entire head off. When the Goblin King approaches with that black-bladed sword, it actually starts to glow more once it comes near Ulrich, almost like it's a magical blade against humans. With the blade, he only needs a 14. He's gonna miss. Considering we've lost a few people, I think this situation feels dire to these guys. I don't think Ulrich's gonna take any chances. He's gonna shift back an inch and he's going to drink his potion of superheroism. Ulrich steps back and thunk, pops the cork out of the potion, and it has like a fruity smell to it. He downs it in one large gulp and it ends up tasting like apple brandy or apple something. It feels a sudden burst of energy. First thing, he is going to get +3 to his attack. So he has +2 and he already has +2 from the fountain. So every round he'll be getting +7 to his attack. Dang. Now we gotta roll for his hit points. Gets 5 levels worth of temporary hit points. So let's do it. He gets 6, 9, 8, 4, and one more. 7. Jeez, these were great rolls. Guys, he has 34 temporary hit points. The temporary hit points last 4 turns, which is 40 minutes. That should be plenty for this battle. Duke is going after that goblin. 14. He's gonna miss. Lena's gonna move up here with her goblin champion hand axe and hack him. Because remember, she can't shoot into combat. I mean, she can, but she'd take a chance of hitting Duke, and she broke her string last game, so she's coming in melee style. She needs a 14. Yo, that's a miss. Who is Timothy gonna go after? The Goblin King or the other guy? Even Goblin King? Yeah. Timothy charges through Ulrich, pushing him off to the side, and comes in with that Goblin club, swinging it at the Goblin King. Remember, his club is fashioned with a goblin's head on the end of it that he got from the Goblin Shaman. Having a rather large body, the Goblin King is actually easier to hit. He needs a 13. 16, that's a hit. Check out the damage. 6 damage, that is nice. But the Goblin King has something up his sleeve. The Goblin King has an ability called Sneaky. And what he can do is grab a hold of his little ally right here and pretty much use him as a meat shield and pulls him over to where he was. They basically switch spots and the Goblin club slams into the little goblin's head, killing him. St. Timothy says, "What dishonor," as the battle rages on. All right, initiative. I get it. Ulrich is gonna move up. He's got +7 to hit. You guys, he needs a 6 or above. That's a hit. I wish that plus was to the damage, but it's not. He has +2 to the damage. That's 6 damage. Oh, I forgot. He only has 6. He rolled crappy. Ulrich comes up and runs the sword right through the goblin's belly and drops all his guts onto the floor. He collapses in a big stinking heap. You gotta check morale. We'll start with that one way down there. The morale's 7. All right, that one's staying. These guys down here are kind of near that exit, so they might take off. Let's check his. He's running. That next one, he's running too. Both of these goblins take off. Just remembered, I better use this for my good guys. Duke needs a 14. Whoa! All right. All right, let's see what Duke gets here. Oh, are you serious? Still, 1 and 1 is 2 times 2. Duke kills this goblin right here. We get 60 experience for all of these. Seems like kind of a waste of his potion. I didn't know. Things go crazy with these dice. We don't want to risk it. We want to make sure that we get this guy killed. We're all just looking at this gluttonous goblin laying here. And the gem inside of his eye begins to pulse. First ever so slightly, and then deeper and deeper and deeper until it just cracks and it spider webs outward. You can hear a voice. It's not spoken, it's almost like we feel it. First we thought the voice was coming from the gem, but then we realize it's coming from up above. The black dragon sits perched at the top of the rocky outcropping. "You broke my toy. you will pay. He inhales deeply and then lets forth a gout of acidic corrosion onto the pillars that stretch from the floor to the ceiling. Starts with this one, maybe it blasts in a line over here, hitting both of these. There's a little bit of silence, and then there's a great rumbling as debris and rocks begin to fall from above. He turns and goes this way, giving the impression that you can go that way if you climb that wall. But this entire place is beginning to collapse. Our goal now is to get the hell out of here before this place collapses in on us. The rocks begin to fall. The first thing that we notice is this path back here caves in, and you can hear rocks hitting the lake or that little patch of water back there. This path is still open, so that's where we're gonna head. This is somewhat of a skill challenge. We need 6 successes before 3 failures. We can use our regular stats, everything but charisma. You can't use one twice. In this case, for this challenge, making it hard is -2 instead of -4. Duke won't be making any checks or challenges. We're gonna assume that he's just kind of following us. So to start with, there's gonna be 3 challenges in this room. First challenge is gonna be for Ulrich right here. He's gotta make a strength check. His strength is 14, he needs under it. He's gonna fail it. I should have rolled the monster dice. That's 1 failure for the challenge. He only takes 1 damage from falling rock. He was using his strength to try to hold up part of this wall so everybody else can get by. Elena's gonna use her dexterity to maybe climb over those crates and avoid falling debris. He's under 16. She gets a critical in these. I told you last time, in these challenges, critical successes count as 2. That is 2 successes that Elena just got the group. That's freaking awesome. St. Timothy's way back there. He wants to hurry up. Lots of rocks and debris fall around him, and he starts choking on some of the dust. He's gonna make a constitution test to endure it. Constitution is 13. He makes it. They successfully make it out of the room as it collapses in on itself. We make it back to the fountain room. Everything's collapsing in behind us. Only 2 people can make checks in this room. Ulrich's 1, Elena's 2, St. Timothy's 3. That is going to be Elena. She's the only one that can't. Ulrich's already used his strength, so this time he's going to use his constitution to try to help everybody endure this and push through. Constitution's 13, he needs under 13. That's a 9, he's going to make it. Here's the numbers. We have 4 successes and 1 failure so far. We need 6 for victory. You may have wondered why Timothy didn't use his wisdom in the first room, because he saved it for right now. That's his prime requisite. So he has a 15 wisdom. He needs under 15. Oh, that was on 17. It rolled over to a 7. He makes it. Final entryway room. We need 1 more success. This has to be a difficult check. And like I said, in this case, difficulty is at -2. Ulrich and St. Timothy just went in the other room. That leaves Elena. Elena's using her intelligence in this room. She's recalling the layout. She identifies exactly where the exit is. I mean, she's just in like focused in with a beeline movement. Her intelligence is 15. That means that she needs under 13. She gets a 12. Oh, they barely escape. We make it out of the Goblin King's lair just as this all collapses in on itself. Everyone hits the ground in a slump, exhausted, breathing heavy, and just relieved to see the sunshine and smell the fresh outside air. Luke is over here licking on Ulrich, making sure that he's all right. Everybody seems to be okay. Everybody did a tremendous job pulling off their skill checks to get out of here. They're gonna get awarded 500 experience for getting out of there. Within a few moments, everybody kind of pulls it together and stands up. And Elena just starts sobbing. She busts out in tears, and she's sort of reaching out toward the entrance to the cave. And Ulrich, I mean, he really doesn't know what's going on. He says, "What's the matter? We made it." And Elena says, "It's Uma. She's in there. She'll be in there forever." And Timothy walks up to her and puts his arm around her a little bit and hands her a little booklet that contains the writings of his faith. And he says, "Elena, you can rest knowing she's in a better place." And that's where we're going to end it, guys. We made it out of here. We're going to head back to Sandpoint and relay what has went on and see where these next adventures take us. So guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like. Most importantly, leave a comment. Let me know that you're watching if you like where this is going. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.